What's up? It's your boy Karceno here. Let's go into a hood story. I think we're at 47. If not, don't hold me to it. But I think we're at volume 47. And this is the tale of two cousins. Not me. But these two cousins I knew, both are different. One grew up rich, kind of well off, and the other one grew up basically, poor, but not, just regular, mid-class. Not when you say mid-class, just basically poor, had to work for everything he got. Now, they hung out, but not that much. When they did hang out, they had a blast. And when I come around, that's the only time basically both of the cousins get together and then everybody hang out and stuff. We all have a good time. But then, let's say the rich cousin never stayed at the poor cousin's house, and the poor cousin never went to the rich cousin's house. So when I'm not there, it's a lot of tension between the two. And I kind of sense it a little bit when I'm there. Y'all family, that stuff shouldn't matter when y'all around each other. I'm like, your mom treat him with love when he come around, and they family treat you with love when you come around. Why would y'all two not mesh so much? And when I get there, I find out a lot of different things. When you ain't around there or you not from there, you come to hang out with your boys and you starting to find out things that not on the surface is entirely different. And the guy who I'm thinking this is my ace, he's like that with you, but with everybody else, he done did a lot of dirt and a lot of shiesty stuff, and you don't know that. And you can be in a bad situation. People was eyeballing him when we walked into a place, man, there you go, that sucker. Is he talking to us? What we do? He goes, oh man, these jealous fools, man, he hating because his girl want to get up with me. And, and I got her number and stuff, and I showed him just to let him know I can get your girl anytime I want. So he mad about that. I'm like, oh, that's weak. Come to find out, it wasn't like that at all. He had went and got the girl's number and called her, and she's like, why are you calling me? She never gave him the phone number. But on the surface, you don't know all this stuff is happening. And see, this is with the poor cousin. And I hung out more with the poor cousin than I did the rich one. Now, the rich one, I hung out with him a few times, but because I was mostly around the poor cousin, the rich cousin, those two guys just didn't get along. So he didn't hang out that much. He came and hang out with us all three, but then he would leave. But he always wanted to kick it with me, and hang out with just me and him. So he'd be like, look, come on, me and you. But he's like, I know you gonna want to bring my cousin. So, I can't roll with him. That's just how he felt. So all of a sudden, we're in a dilemma. There's a big party or something that could kick off, down there where it's the barbecue. It looked like the Nothing But a G Thing video. People playing volleyball. So everybody is gonna be there kicking it. Everybody pulling up in their cars. Now, for what y'all don't know about the rich cousin is his mom was involved in a car accident when he was about, I would say 6 or 7. And when his mom got in a car accident, she was never the same again. She could function around the house, but she wasn't all the way there anymore. She suffered some damage. She could dress herself. She just liked to sit down and watch TV and stuff. She mentally was disturbed after a car accident, and she just was, she could, get dressed and take care of herself, but you know, it was just bad for her. And the dad, he was a hustler, straight businessman, owned like every little business known to man. They had an auto body shop, they had a beauty shop, he sold fruits and vegetables. I mean, he was the ultimate hustler. So I can't necessarily say they were rich, they were well off, because he put a lot of work and effort into everything that they did. So everything they owned, you know, it was off his sweat, blood, money, and tears. He put his kids through college and gave them like all kind of chances and opportunities, and all of the sons and family members went and made their own money in business, to where, you know, they're like well off. Some, I think the oldest son is a millionaire, like a few times over. So the youngest son, you know, because he didn't have his mom around, the dad had to give him things, you know, to try to make him feel better. So the guy who's the rich cousin, you know, they always would buy him a car, or get him the new video game, you know, before it comes out. He had all the newest clothes, but you know, they was trying to compensate for his loss. But the poor cousin, he didn't see it that way. He just saw him as some rich idiot, you know, and that was just it. So when all of this was going down, they having this picnic, he pulls up and something brand new, rims, clean. Oh my God, it was like, it was the sweetest ride you ever want to see. A straight classic, just up, rims, suspensions, everything. And my boy pulled up in his, he had a Chevy Nova, an old school Chevy Nova. And it was clean, it was nice, but it wasn't that. And then the girl that the poor cousin, like, she was hanging around the rich cousin car, and all of them was hanging around him. And they was like, man, they hanging around that lame. So they sitting around drinking, eating at the barbecue. He go over there. He was like, hey, man, you want to see my car and everything? You want to look inside? He was like, man, I see it. It's all that, but, man, what's with this, man? Look at this. It's all loose. Who did this detail job? This wax, man, this is whack, man. Look at this. Yeah, he's like, this. Look at this. Oh, man, look at this. You ain't even got the right interior in here. Oh, man, this is, you know, he just straight hated on his whole car, man, trying to get everybody to hate on it. And they was like, nah, that's tight, man. And this is back when DVDs in the cars was something. If you had a DVD that came out and flipped up, oh, man. Oh, we got the DVD disc. So everybody lost that when they saw that thing flip up. So it was like pimp my ride times 10 in that car. They was sick with it. So he just sitting there getting drunk, the other cousin. Then all of a sudden he get mad enough, get the keys to his car, because he tried to get old girl, like, come on, let's go, man. Let's get out of here. I want to take you over here to the spot where they can sit down and talk and do all that. She's like, no, I'm fine. Leave me alone. Get off me. So that was it. He rammed his car. He rammed his cousin's car, his rich cousin's car, with his car. Just rammed it. Got mad, turned the ignition, drove off, and talking about it was an accident. He purposely drove that car and smashed into his own cousin's car, his rich cousin's car. Just tore it up. I mean, tore it up. And his rich cousin was like, what you do that for? And he was like, man, I lost it, man. He's like, I lost control of the car. She got me mad. I was trying to peel off, man. And when I did, I just lost the wheel. and it just happened to barrel right into his car. You missed 2 other cars to get to his, and you just barreled right into him. That's weak, bruh. It's real weak. So, everybody still to this day, years down the line, like, you believe me, right? I mean, shoot, he got insurance, I got insurance, my insurance will fix it. I told him, don't worry about it. I got insurance, they gonna fix it. So don't worry about it. I mean, he rich anyway. And it was just bad, man. It was just a bad ending to a bad night. Them cousins right now still don't really, they still say, hey, what's up to each other. But he never got mad at him. The rich cousin really never got mad at him. He's just like, man, I don't know why he did it. Like, he still don't understand why. Like, he don't even get why. Like, why is this even happening? Like, what could we possibly have done to each other to get to this point? He just don't get it. Some people just are just initially jealous people, and they can't see past themselves. So in his mind, he was just like, this is retarded. And like, I was like, man, I can't hang with dude. You know, I come around like once every blue moon, but I knew like then, I'm like, I'm gonna have to make that even further now, because that make no sense. You just barreled right into him for no reason. He wasn't in the car, and you knew he wasn't, and you just wanted to tear the car up. It's crazy, man. You tear your car up and his car, like we both ain't finna have a ride. Like, ain't nothing in the world would make me tear up my own car. I'm gonna get that jealous. I'm gonna have to tear somebody else's car up with mine. That's just, I don't know. Some people, you know, we all made different. You know, I'm made to be appreciative of things. Like, if I got 4 wheels under me, I'm good. Because I remember when I didn't have a car. I remember there was a time, like, I didn't have a ride. I wasn't the superstar, super rich guy I am now. That's a joke. But, yeah, I would never do anything crazy like that. That was just you know, just inappropriate, everything. And he knows his family's history. Like, he knows his cousin's family history. Like, you know, like, this guy doesn't really have a mom. You know, he got a mom, but she's not able to do the certain things that everybody else does, and she couldn't barely raise him. You know, it's sad. So my barber's out of jail, so I can go up here and get my hair cut. It's sad when the best barber in the world is locked up all the time. You know, he just can't, his wife keeps putting him in behind bars. So I'm gonna go up here and get my hair cut before he goes back in, because it is a Friday. He seems to always get arrested on a Friday. So let me get up in here and get my hair cut. It was nice talking to y'all. We'll chat again. I answer a lot of your questions. I haven't answered a lot of questions for a long time. I'm going to try to do a live chat. I'm going to try to see if they could set that up for me. If they ask too many questions about the live chat thing, I might not do it, but I'm going to set up a live chat maybe. I'll see how that goes, but I'm out.